Can I do the wave with my brows? No, I can't. Hello everybody, welcome back to Making It Up. I'm Isa and I am freezing my ass off. The weather has been very cold lately. And by cold I mean it's like 14 degrees Celsius, which I know isn't cold for a lot of you, but my tropical ass cannot take it, okay? It's a struggle. Today I am bringing you guys an updated brow routine. The last one I did was a few years ago and my brows have evolved. They've changed, they're mature now. I'm gonna show you how I do my brows and how I get them to my desired look, which is now defined but not overly filled in. I like them untamed and very wispy, and I wouldn't say sparse, but just like natural, you know, not super filled in, which I think everyone has been transitioning to that in the past few years, and I am very happy about that. So this is perfect if you have super bushy brows and you just wanna, you know, get them where you want them to go, but you don't want to do anything, you know, too frilly or fill them in too much or make them look too intense. That's what I wanted to tell you guys. We can now jump into the actual brow filling of sorts. Okay, so first things first, I want to talk about the upkeep of my brows because I didn't touch on that in my previous video, and I just want to tell you guys what I do to kind of like get my brows to a point where I'm fine filling them in just slightly. And the first thing I do is I constantly pluck my brows. I don't go see anyone for the shape or anything. I don't trust anyone with my brows. I do them myself. The only time I've ever let someone do something to my brows was a makeup artist from Spain, and she used me like as her demo model, and she was like, "We're gonna fix up your eyebrows," and I was like, but she really did fix them up. So she's the only person I've ever trusted, and I've kept that shape ever since. I pluck them every other day because my hair grows really quickly, and I like them to be untamed, but I don't want it to be like all over the place, you know? Because my brow hairs are freaking long. Like, look at that. Look at that shit, you could breed it. I do like to trim them with a little something. I'm gonna do it right now because it's looking a little bad. So what I do is I just brush them down with a spoolie, and whatever falls out of place, I'll just take off. And I am really nervous about doing this all the time because it's like close to my eye. I don't like to cut them too short because then they'll just like stick out. I kind of cut the excess but leave the rest, and then it looks a little neater. Okay, so the gloomy day and the lighting aren't helping, but if you want to trim your brows and, you know, do them yourself, that's amazing. Definitely be careful though, and take your time, because if you're doing it in a rush, it might not turn out to be the desired outcome that you wanted it to be. You'll perfect it the more that you practice it. I've been doing this for a while, so I know the shape that I want and I know how much to cut and stuff. So yeah, that is just how I upkeep my brows to have them looking like this. I haven't filled them in at all. I was blessed with good brows. I was also blessed with hair all over my body, which is fun. But yeah, the brows are the perk. So let's get to filling them in now, shall we? So when I'm doing my brows and I've already done the rest of my makeup like you guys see right now, I'll go into the spoolie and I'll just like brush through my brows just in case there's any like residual foundation or powders that got stuck in my brows. Because if I don't do this and I just fill them in, it's gonna start like gooping up and it's not gonna look great. So always work with clean brows as much as you can. For filling, I haven't really been doing much when it comes to like filling my brows. I don't really grab like a pencil or something and like actively fill them in most of the time. I don't feel like it's necessary. I've been loving either going with a tinted brow gel or a wax. So my products of choice are either the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Boost and Set Volumizing Brow Mascara. This one is in dark brunette. It has fibers on it, so it's good at filling them in and making them look a little bit more volumized. And I also love the Patrick Ta Shaping Wax, which is also tinted. This one's a little bit more messy. It takes a little more time. I like to use this when I'm not doing a full face because it can get a little bit messy if you've applied everything else. So I either do it before doing my base or on days when I don't do any base makeup. But for today, I'm going with the brow gel because it's a lot easier, and the spoolie on this is very thin and tiny. It's very easy to just run through the brows, and all I do is comb through my brows and apply the product everywhere. And I'll deposit most of the product on the like middle to the tail of my brow, and then I'll go in with the rest at the front. And that's it. This one looks a lot more filled in. I really didn't have to do any like precision work or anything. This product is just a miracle worker. This effect also works with other brow gels. It doesn't necessarily have to be this one, but I really enjoyed this one. Let me do my other brow. This is what both my brows are looking like after just the brow gel. They're looking very done. Honestly, like I could leave it like this, but when I'm doing more of a full face, I do like to perfect them a little bit. And the way I do that is with a brow marker. My favorite is the Glossier Brow Flick because it's so easy to use and it isn't overly pigmented. It's a really fine tip and it's easy to clean up if you mess up. So what I do with this is I assess the brows. Always assess your brows and see if there are any sparse areas. For me, I have more hair on this brow, so it looks darker than this one. So I'm gonna do most of my work on this one, and all I'm gonna do is look for places where I could fill in, and I just add a few strokes where I need to. Once I feel like, you know, my brows are looking a little slightly more even and more complete, I could leave it at that, and you totally could leave it at that if you don't want to add an extra step. But I do like to add an extra step because I like my brows to be super wispy, and sometimes when you apply a brow gel, it can set down. I like them to be a little set because that means they're not gonna move or like flop, but I like them to look a little more like I didn't really apply any product to them. So what I do is I go in with a clear brow gel. This is the Makeup Forever brow gel, and this is a 00 shade. It's a no shade, and this one is disgusting because I use it all the time over everything, and this also has little fibers on it, but this one is a little bit more natural. So this one won't set on your brows and it won't fill in anything. It'll just deposit the fibers. Let me just show you what it does. It deposits the fibers, and it just, something about it makes my brows look better. Like something about this just makes everything nice, makes it look natural, a little bit more wispy, which I love. I love the spoolie on this because it has kind of like a little brush, but also the normal regular like spoolie, and I can just brush this, and it's kind of like conditioning my brows. It doesn't really do that, but it feels like it does, and I really like the finishing look because I get the like setting of the other brow gel, but this brow gel just makes everything look more wispy and natural, like I didn't apply any brow gel whatsoever, and like my brows are just naturally this voluminous and wispy. So this is how I do my brows whenever I do feel like I need to fill them in and shape them up. For every day, it's either nothing or just a little bit of brow gel, nothing fancy. This is my fancy version. No need for precision at all. Like, I literally just ran brow gel through my brows, and this is how they are looking. For cleaning up, I don't really do anything to them. I do add highlighter under my brow bone, but that's just to like tie in my highlighter look. Obviously, it kind of lifts them up, but I don't really do any like concealer cleanup, or, you know, if I do get a little bit of a messy situation, I will go either with a Q-tip, my finger, and then touch it up if I'm already wearing makeup. But for the most part, I don't do any cleanup. I don't feel like I mess up all that much. So this is basically what I do. It's simple stupid, or stupid simple? I don't know. What is English? Here's a full close-up of the brows. This is what they're looking like. This is my favorite brow. It has very interesting things going on. It's a little more bushy than this one. This one's a little sparse there. It isn't as pretty, but you know what? As always, brows are, they're sisters, not twins? Or cousins, I don't know. Anyways, your brows are not supposed to look identical. Mine don't. This is, again, what I like to do when I'm doing a more put together look, when I need to actually have defined brows. Otherwise, I just stick to a clear brow gel or something that doesn't give me as much definition as this whole process tutorial that I just did for you. Okay, guys, and there you have my very simple brow tutorial. This is how I do my brows. This is how I've been doing them for a while. I've perfected this, and I hope you guys enjoyed. As I mentioned previously, this is perfect for anyone who has super bushy or untamed brows, who isn't looking for much definition and, you know, much preciseness. They want it to be a little more flowing, more free flowing and natural. And if you don't have bushy brows and you still don't want to fuzz a lot with your brows, this is also a tutorial that you could follow. Now is the time for untamed brows, okay? The trends dictate it. Anyways, yeah. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this video is helpful if you've been stuck in a rut with your brows or you just needed something a little quicker to make your brows look put together. If you enjoyed this video, as always, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're into super easy and real makeup and beauty content, make sure to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. It would help me out a lot. Also, as always, everything that I talked about today is linked down below. If you buy anything through those links, I get a small commission. I would appreciate if you did as well, but don't feel any pressure. Okay, the links are just there for informative purposes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I hope this was very helpful, and I will see you next week for a new video, okay? I love you guys. Bye. Mwah.